everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name's Rachel and this is Stitched Up. So today's video, I thought I would share with you some fabulous cozy loungewear patterns that you might be interested in sewing up this autumn and winter. I don't know about you, but this time of year when it's wet, damp, cold outside in the UK, all I want to do is cozy up indoors with a mug of hot chocolate in easy breezy, snuggly, warm loungewear, basically, and not go outside. And I found 6 fabulous patterns that you might be interested in. 5 of them are size inclusive, and they are all absolutely free as well. So we'll get straight into it with number 1. And the first one that I found is a gorgeous sweater called the Heather Sweater, and it's by NH Patterns. So the Heather Sweater is a drop shoulder sweater and it's got a slightly oversized fit. The neckband, waistband and cuffs can be finished in the same fabric, or you can use rib cuffing for it. There is also a video tutorial that accompanies this pattern, which is amazing considering it's a free pattern. And sizing wise, it comes in 2 size options. You've got a UK size 4 to 18, which is roughly a US 0 to 14, and a UK 16 to 32, which is roughly a US 12 to 28. So the smaller size range is made to a B cup, and that's a dressmaking B cup, not bra size. And the 16 to 32 file is made to a D cup. So included in the download, you get all files that you receive are a US letter size. You've got AO, which you get 2 sheets for that, A4 and US letter, and instruction booklet and a projector file. And those are for the smaller and the larger size range. So this pattern is suitable for beginners. And yeah, it's absolutely gorgeous. I think it's really lovely. I will insert some pictures so that you can have a look. And I think it's a really classic, straightforward sweater that is going to be really cozy, and it's going to be something that you're going to reach for time and time again to throw on over a t-shirt just to keep nice and warm. So that's number 1. So the second pattern that I found for you is another sweater pattern, and it's another drop shoulder, but it's a slightly different vibe. This is the Nikki Sweatshirt by Viki Sews Patterns. So again, this is PDF only. It's a straight cropped semi-fitted sweatshirt is this one, and it features long drop shoulder sleeves that are sewn in flat. The neckline is round and finished with a neckband made from ribbon. Now this sweatshirt is top stitched along the shoulder seams, armhole seams, bottom hem and sleeve seam. So you don't have cuffing with this, but I guess if you wanted to add cuffing, then absolutely you can hack this to whatever suits your own individual aesthetic. So Viki Sews tell you that it takes approximately half a day to sew this pattern. And the thing with Viki Sews patterns is that they come in different height ranges as well. So I find that really great for me because I'm 5'10", and it's brilliant that some designers will already have made those adjustments for you, so you can choose the pattern size that suits your height range, which means that I don't have to adjust it at all. So it comes in a height range of 154 centimeters up to 184 centimeters. So there are 4 different height ranges, and the sizes are European sizes 34 to 52. So that equates to a 31-inch bust up to a 45-inch bust. And they do tell you the amount of ease that's in there as well, which is approximately 10 to 13 inches of ease, dependent on which size that you make. So I really love this. I love the fact that it's slightly cropped. I love the fact that it's a little bit more semi-fitted, and you've got those added little details such as the top stitching, which I think makes this just a fabulous free pattern. And I think, yeah, it would look absolutely fantastic with jeans, or you could wear it with joggers. And yeah, I think it's a fabulous sweatshirt pattern that's absolutely free. So the next pattern that I have for you is one by Mood. Now, Mood Sewciety have tons and tons of free patterns on their website. If you haven't already, if you don't already know about them, then I will leave the link down below to their website. Go and check them out because there are literally hundreds. And one of the beauty of their patterns is that they're all size inclusive and they're all completely free. You download the pattern from the website and the instructions are not with the pattern, so you actually have to look on the website for the instructions. So the instructions files are not kept with the pattern download, if that makes sense. That's the only little quirk that I've found, but otherwise I think Mood patterns are absolutely brilliant. So the pattern that I've chosen to share with you today, which again is absolutely free, is a set. So this is the Lydia Loungewear Set, which encompasses a sweatshirt and jogger set, which I think is just brilliant because this would be my go-to perfect loungewear set to wear at home during the winter months when I just want to be cozy and comfy and keep warm. So what you get is an oversized crew neck sweatshirt paired with jogger sweatpants designed for ease and everyday comfort. So this pattern, it says, will give you a versatile outfit that can be paired with jeans, denim skirts, fancy tops and even heels. I don't know about that, but anyway, okay. Whether you are looking to elevate your loungewear or embrace the athleisure trend, the Lydia Loungewear Set is made to keep you comfortable without compromising on style. The size range for this pattern, if we look at the sweatshirt first, it comes from an extra small all the way up to a 4XL, which equates to a bust of 31 inches up to 59.5. And the joggers come in the same size range, extra small to a 4XL, and that is a waist of 23 up to 51.5 inches and a hip size of 34 up to 63.5 inches. So there is 1 inch of ease through the hips throughout the entire size range when you compare the body measurements to the finished measurements of the joggers. And the sweatshirt, there is 10 inches of ease between the body measurements of the bust and the finished measurements as well. So the top is fairly oversized, but the joggers have a little cuff on the hem, but if you didn't like that, you could always leave that off and just leave them a straight hem. And obviously they're elasticated waist. I think this is a great little set, to be honest, and I would love to make this just to wear at home and feel comfy. And dependent on the type of fabric that you choose to make your loungewear set out of, for instance, you could just use French terry, or you could use your sort of sweatshirting fabric. But you know, if you went for something like a knit fabric, like a luxurious knit fabric, it's going to change the aesthetic completely of this set and give you something that looks a little bit more luxe and a little bit more fancy, I guess. So yeah, there's lots of options that you could choose to make this out of, but I absolutely love this. I think it's just gorgeous and I can't believe it's completely free. So that's the Lydia Loungewear Set. Moving on to the next pattern that I found for you is another one by Mood, and this is a cardigan. And when I saw this, I absolutely fell in love with it because I think it's beautiful. It is very different to anything else that I've seen, and it's just got some really beautiful details. So the pattern that I've got for you is the Garnet cardigan. This has pin-tucked cuffs and a simple silhouette. It's an easy cardigan that can be made in a variety of fabrics without you having to worry about finding a matching rib knit or contrast for the details. So it recommends that you can make this garment in fabrics such as a bamboo or merino wool, a French terry, or even fleece. So if we take a look at this cardigan, it's got no closure on it. It's sort of high hip length, but it's got beautiful pin tucks around the hem of the cardigan and also the cuffs as well. So again, if you've got one of those fabrics where it's really difficult to find a matching ribbing, then you don't need to worry about it for this pattern. And yeah, I think it's just absolutely gorgeous. So it's got a band that goes all the way around the neck and the front opening of this cardigan, and the sleeves look to be slightly billowy just as it comes down towards your wrists. And yeah, it's just beautiful, really, really beautiful. So the size range for this cardigan comes in a size 2 up to a size 30. And that equates to a bust of 32.5 inches up to 58.5 inches. So again, you've got a really good inclusive size range there. I think this would be a little bit more tricky to sew than a couple of the other patterns that I've already shared with you, mainly because of the pin tucks, and having to do that in a fabric such as a bamboo jersey is going to be a little bit more challenging. But obviously if you used a more structured fabric such as a ponte or a double knit jersey, sweatshirting, that type of fabric, then it's going to handle a little bit easier for you to make sure you get those pin tucks nice and even. But yeah, I absolutely love it. I think it's beautiful. And again, this is a completely free pattern. So number 5 is the Anything But Basic Women's Tee by Copper Creek Patterns. Now, I've not come across this pattern company before. I think they're one of the pattern companies that a lot of the Facebook sewing community tend to reach for. And this came up and I thought, actually, this is a really, really lovely pattern. What you've got with this is you've got 4 versions of a easy jersey top. And again, it's completely free. You've got 3 options for the neckline. So you've got a scoop neck, crew neck or high crew neck. You can choose between 3/4 sleeve, short sleeve, elbow sleeve or long sleeve as well. And again, this is a fully size inclusive pattern. So what it tells you about this pattern is that it's an easy way to spice up your wardrobe staples. It's been developed especially for beginners, which means that it's simple to make and easy to love. And it recommends 2-way stretch knits for this. So you're going to want to be choosing things such as cotton jerseys, interlocks. You can choose things like your viscose jerseys, bamboo jerseys, all those kinds of something a little bit lighter weight is going to work really, really well for this top. But I think it's really lovely. And if you're wanting, you know, a t-shirt that's just got a few little extra options, then this could be a really good one to try. I don't know if anybody of you out there has tried anything from Copper Creek Patterns, but do let me know down in the description box below if you have. I'd be really interested to hear. So this is a print at home PDF pattern only. The pattern files come in both women's and plus sizes. So it goes from a size range of 00 up to size 36. These are American sizes. So that equates to a bust of 31 inches right up to 63 inches. So again, you've got a really good size range there to choose from. And you've got options of US letter A4 and A0 copy shop formats as well. And they are no trim pages for your A4 print at home files. So what that means is that when you've printed off your 30 odd pages of pattern that you have to stick together, you don't have to trim the edges before you stick them together. I really love that idea. I do a lot of printing off at home, and I do have a guillotine where I can cut those edges off quite easily, but I do love a pattern that you don't have to do that with. This pattern also comes in a layered format, which means that you can just choose the size or size range of the sizes that you want to print out. You don't have to print out the full size range as well. And you also get complete sewing instructions ebook with perfect fit custom fit adjustment tutorials. So I haven't looked at that. I don't know what that's like, but I should imagine there are some instructions on how to make adjustments for common sewing fit adjustments that you might need to make. So that's really interesting as well. And again, this pattern is completely free. And then my final pattern, which actually goes along with the Copper Creek t-shirt, is a leggings pattern by Copper Creek Patterns as well, which is the Anything But Basic Women's Leggings. So I wanted to include a leggings pattern because sometimes I love wearing joggers, don't get me wrong, but sometimes I want to just throw on a pair of leggings and a big jumper over the top. And I thought this pattern looks really interesting. Again, it's a size inclusive pattern and it is completely free. So this pattern comes again in size 00 up to size 36, which is a waist of 24 inches to 59.75 inches and a hip size of 34 to 67 inches. So it's got a really, really good size range for this pattern. So again, it's been developed with beginners in mind, and you get the same ways of printing off this pattern as you do with the t-shirt pattern. You get PDF files in both women's, misses and plus sizes, and you also get US letter A4 and A0 copy shop formats for your download. And again, it is no trim, so that means you can just stick your PDF sheets together, your A4 sheets together, without having to trim anything off beforehand. Again, this is a layered PDF, so you can just print off the size range that you want to, and you get an ebook with custom fit adjustment tutorials with this pattern as well. So the options you've got for this pattern is you've got a mini knee length, capri length and ankle length legging. So you have two different options for the waistband. You've got a tall knit band and a short knit band as well. So it recommends that you use 4-way stretch knits for this pattern, which is really important. One of the errors I used to make when I used to try and make leggings years ago is that I tried using fabrics that only had a 2-way stretch. So the way to determine what stretch your fabric has is if you can stretch it that way and it stretches back on itself, that's just 2-way if it doesn't stretch in the other direction. But if it stretches in the other direction as well, that's 4-way, if that makes sense. Sometimes people think 2-way stretch is when it stretches that way, and that's not correct. That's actually a 4-way stretch. So if it only stretches widthways but not lengthways, then that's 2-way. So you do need your fabric choice for leggings to stretch in 4 directions. And the reason for that is because when you're pulling your leggings on, if there's no stretch lengthways, you're just not going to get them on. Ask me how I know. I've made that mistake loads of times in the past when I've tried to make leggings. So you want things that have also got good recovery as well. So usually it needs some lycra content in there. So I would avoid cotton jerseys, because the problem with just a straightforward cotton jersey is that they're going to bag out and you'll end up with saggy knees and a saggy bottom, and nobody wants a saggy bottom. So try to choose fabrics that have got a good percentage of lycra in them for this kind of pattern, and you're going to end up with a pair of leggings that are going to fit you and hug your body and not bag out as you wear them over the course of the day. So I think this is a great little pattern. You know, you can mix and match with either the t-shirt, or you could use one of the other sweatshirts that we've already talked about in this vlog as well. And I think you've got a really good range here of some fantastic free patterns that are going to see you through autumn and winter, and keep you warm and snuggly through the colder months. So let me know down in the comments below what you think to the patterns that I've chosen for you today. Have you sewn any of these yourself? I'd really love to hear your thoughts, how you found the pattern, how you found the sewing process and the instructions, etc. Or have you found any other similar free cozy patterns that you'd like to share? Please do let me know down in the comments box below. So that's it from me today. I hope you've enjoyed looking along at the cozy patterns that I've found for you, and I'll be back with you really soon. Take care. Bye.